You are signed or you're about to be signed to a record label or the management company. So do you really believe that that record label's lawyer or the management company's lawyer would act in your best interest? Hello guys, good day. My name is Jeanette Odunye. I'm an entertainment lawyer and music publisher based in Lagos State, Nigeria. And you're welcome back to my mini educational series where I talk about everything entertainment law, music publishing and the music business in general. So today I'm going to be talking about a very sensitive topic addressed to artists, producers, music creatives, composers and so on and so forth. So basically, there's this very common thing I've noticed that some artists or some music creators in general believe that whatever company they're signed to, the lawyer that represents that company is also representing them. But my advice as a lawyer that's been called to the bar for the past 7 years, and your record label's lawyer is not your lawyer or should not be your lawyer. Your management company's lawyer should not be your lawyer. You as an artist, a producer, whatever, you need to get your own lawyer, and I'm going to explain why. So basically, as a lawyer, when a brief comes to us or when the client employs us to carry out any legal duties, by the law and by the rules of professional conduct, we owe that client fiduciary duty to carry out any brief or to carry out any duties in the best interest of that client. So basically, the fiduciary duty entails that we carry out that assignment with due diligence, we carry out that assignment in the best interest of the client and make sure we disclose any personal conflict that might interfere with carry out those responsibilities that that client has already entrusted in us. So you're signed or you're about to be signed to a record label or the management company. So do you really believe that that record label's lawyer or the management company's lawyer would act in your best interest, putting into consideration all what I've said about fiduciary duty? Because as a lawyer, I'm also a human being. I think I would, as a lawyer, I would, let me not just say, but then, if a lawyer would want to choose between who they want to act in their best interest, I feel like as a lawyer who wants to get their bills paid or survive, they will act in the best interest of the person paying more. And to be honest, the person paying more would be the music company or the record label or the management company that wants to sign you. You understand? So there's a possibility that the lawyer would want to act more in the best interest of the company than more in the best interest of the artist or producer. And whether you like to hear this or not, when it comes to signing creatives to a company, the company always has more bargaining power than the artist or the music creative, because they're the one dropping the phones, they're the one exposing you to those opportunities, and they're the one basically wanting to help your career to get to a normal level. So I would advise you as an artist, as a music creative, don't depend on the company you're signed to. Don't depend on your lawyer. Get your own lawyer. Pay for a retainership, pay for services. Okay, this is that someone wants to sign me, can you help me to get a lawyer that might not have any kind of personal relationship with the company you want to sign with. Also, as an artist, you need to note that yes, there are cases where a contract can be voidable or void, or cases where you can go to the court to set aside a contract based on the fact that something of this situation happened. Maybe the record label asks that the lawyer negotiates the agreement, or the lawyer also represents you and you feel like you didn't get a fair deal because of that interference from the record label's lawyer. So you can always go to the court to explain yourself, to defend yourself that you signed, because a voidable contract are contracts that are enforceable till one party goes to the court to set the contract aside as unenforceable. And this can come around if you can prove to the court that the agreement was signed by mistake, by misrepresentation, maybe one of the parties did not disclose a very material fact, maybe by duress means force, maybe by undue influence, maybe undue influence, maybe someone made you to sign that contract and you didn't, whatever, you can always go to court. But then again, there is another thing. So if you notice, most lawyers notice now, like lately, agreements now always requires a clause where the record label or the music company says that, okay, like we've already, like, let me just paraphrase right now, we've already advised the artist or the producer to get independent legal advice. So once that clause is there, the music company would not be liable for any accusations of duress or undue influence of mistake, because they advise you to get a lawyer from that agreement. And I'm very sure that some of them will say, take this to a lawyer and let that lawyer review to you or talk to your lawyer. So that will not make them liable for any undue influence. And trust me, if a record label comes to you and tells you to sign an agreement and you take it to the record label's lawyer to help you to review, trust me, the record label's lawyer will not reject that brief, because under the Nigerian Rules of Professional Conduct, a lawyer is not bound to reject brief except on some grounds, which I don't really want to go to. They might or they might not reject the brief, and they will still collect the money. They will collect money from the music company. They will also collect money from you, and you cannot really gauge, or you cannot really gauge, or you cannot really determine whether they will act in your best interest or not. So why not just go to a lawyer that you know that is independent of that music company you want to represent, that music company that you want to get signed to. So that's what I advise. So please don't make this mistake. Your record label's lawyer is not your lawyer. Anything that has to do with your career as an artist, as a producer, get your own lawyer on your own team. So if anything, the record labels let you know, the lawyer and whatever, your record label's accountant is on your accountant, your record label's auditor is on your auditor. Get your own personal team. And except it's a 360 deal, I will advise you, if you are going to be signed to a record label, get your own manager. So please build your team as an artist, pay a lawyer, make sure you get a lawyer on retainership anyhow you are, because whether you like it or not, in the music business, lawyers are the most important people, because they make most of the decisions. Yes, they make most of the decisions, whether anybody likes to hear this or not. Lawyers are the most important people in the music business. They make the laws, they make the rules, they make the statutes. They are the one that can determine how you get what I mean. So please do not make that mistake. So thank you guys for watching my video, and I can't wait to see you in my next video where we talk more about entertainment law, music publishing. Bye guys.